The Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and we're going to talk about setting smart goals for your health and fitness. So, if you're brand new, I need you to post new below. I want to get to know you. And if you're just tuning in, usually we hop on early in the mornings. We have been just getting up, enjoying our kids, having good conversations. Hey, if you are in Minnesota, around Minnesota, if you are in this freezing coldness, it is negative 11 here in Minnesota, but it feels like negative 33. Where are you tuning in from? And our kids are out doing school, and they don't actually know that the public school kids were canceled. Part of being homeschool is they just got up and started school. And I was like, hey, why don't we work on some math and some reading, and then you could be done for the day? But they actually didn't know that all the kids are probably sleeping somewhere and our kids are doing some math. It's great. So as you're tuning in, why don't you tell me, because it seems like this crazy weather is hitting everywhere. It's cold. It's cold and we're staying indoors, although we will leave for CrossFit, but everything else we're staying in our home. Here's the conversation for today. If you have been watching at any point in time since November, so almost it really will have been 2 months. We've been going through this book called Dream It, Pin It, Live It. So for those of you who've done the actions, for those of you who've been writing out your goals, your SMART goals, putting things on a vision board, awesome. One of the things I wanted to cover today is I actually want to give you some just kind of bullet points of how you actually should hit your health and fitness goals, because there's still some people that are messaging me going, I still don't know how to set a health goal. I still need some support or some guidance. Can you give me some ideas of what I should have on my board that's just related to health, right? Because this is the Keto Mom page. So most of you are here for fat loss. Let's just be real. I like to help people understand there's more to your fat loss than just the food that you put in your mouth, but I do want to give you some pointers as you're making your own boards, right? So we've already gone through this book. We've done all of the actions. If you didn't follow along, all of the lives we started in November, so you can go all the way back on the Keto Mom Facebook page from November, or you can go to ketomomsecrets.com, click on book club, and you can go through that. I actually have been still working on my board. I started it yesterday or the day before. I've added some visuals. I wanted to show you what my board looks like. There's no one way you can create a board, which, by the way, my husband and somebody asked me the other day, they were like, I actually don't have a ton of room. I don't have wall space. I actually don't want this hanging on my wall. And I had somebody create, and she said, can I do a online board? And I was like, yes, I should have said that before. So my husband I said, hey, babe, do you want me to print you out some pictures? And he's like, and if you understand my husband, super techie guy, loves everything on a computer, has notes in his phone. His back screen, or his screen of his phone, will probably be his vision board. He's like, I'm creating my vision board in Canva. So you can download, there are actually free apps in both Android. I use an iPhone. Both Android or iPhones, you can go type in vision boards. There's apps that you can physically make your own online vision board. If this doesn't appeal to you, if you're like, I don't want to use markers, I don't want to print out pictures, that's my husband. He's actually using Canva to create his, and it will be on his phone. He'll probably make it as the backdrop of his phone, so when he picks his phone up, his vision board is with him at all times. That is an option. So here is mine, as I'm adding pictures for each little thing that I'm working on. And so I just want you to know there's no right or wrong way. All right. It's just, I'm going to hang this up. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to get specific and write out my DMOs. I've been talking about that. Of the things I'm going to be doing every day, the action steps I'm going to do every day to hit my target. Here's what I want to give you an idea of. If you have all of your ideas up here, and if you have been going, well, I want to lose weight, because I'm going to give you some steps, so please hold on. If you're going, I want to lose weight, I've already told myself that, right? Or I'm going to go to the gym more. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to run that marathon that I've been saying I'm going to do for years. Whatever it is, here's your target. The way that you're going to hit the target, the way that you're going to hit these goals, look at this cute little visual, is by actually, like if your goal is to hit the target, it's by actually getting things written out. It's by having a target to hit. It's by writing it out. It's by actually seeing it. It's doing it purposefully. It's doing it intentionally. Because if you don't, for those of you who said, I have all of my ideas up here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to, even if you're like, well, I'm going to walk more. I'm going to run more. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to pack my lunch. But you actually aren't writing it out. If you're not getting, maybe even having an accountability partner, that's one of the things I'm going to talk to you about. You're not actually going to hit your target. You're going to end up way over here because you have good intentions, but you're not actually getting it written on paper. Because here's what happens is we get easily distracted. We don't get up early enough to get things done. We forget what our focus is, and then we let life just happen to us. So really, the power of a vision board, the power of writing things down, the power of having a plan and a goal, SMART goals, specific goals, measurable goals, is that you can actually hit this, and then next year you're not way off. Does that make sense? So here's a couple things I wanted to encourage you, because most of you are here for fat loss. So I have a couple things. If you're taking notes, I would encourage you to take notes. You can write it down. Is number one, I want you to ask the question, why do I want to lose weight? If you want to share below, I'd love for you to share it. I need you to understand the why, so that when you have one of those days where you're like, I don't want to do this, this is super hard, this is frustrating, my day maybe has not gone the way I want it to go, but then you're like, I'm just going to eat the Oreos. Like, you need to have a strong enough why. What is it? Why do you want to lose the weight? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to be able to pick up your grandkids? Do you want to be able to go for a walk without breathing heavy? Do you want to have a better longevity of life? Like, these are real things to think about. Why do you want to lose weight in 2023? Why do you want to be healthier? Why do you want to be stronger? If you don't have a strong enough why, then guess what? You're going to end up over here. So, number one, if you're writing notes, if you're taking notes, I want you to ask yourself today, why do I want this? All right. Number two is, what do you actually want to achieve? So I want you to actually write down on a piece of paper, it can be a Post-it note, what do you actually want? Not like I want to lose weight, but how much weight do you want to lose? Or how far do you want to run? Like, what is there a way that you want to look? Like, I want to lose 50 pounds. Awesome. We're starting there, right? I want to walk a mile a day. I want to be able to max rep, if you're a CrossFitter, my deadlift things. I don't know, you guys, I'm still like, it's so funny. My daughters laugh at me when we go to CrossFit because I'm always like, wait, what's that again? And they're like, you've been doing this for 2 years. I'm like, it doesn't matter. But here's something interesting. We were standing at CrossFit the other day and we were talking about goals, and a handful of people didn't have any goals. And one man, actually forget it. He works out with us here and there. He goes early mornings. He goes to the 5 a.m. class. He goes, I've actually been running. So he goes, I set a goal that I was going to run for a solid year straight, not missing one day, for 1 year. That started his goal. He said, I'm going to run at least 1 mile a day for an entire year. And what has happened is, he goes, I'm on day 1,000. He's like, I haven't stopped. He goes, I created this momentum and I feel great. And so he goes, I think I'm just going to go for like 3,000 days. He goes, and it only counts. I have to do a mile. Do you know who I'm talking about? The runner that comes to CrossFit. He's an older man. Yeah. So my husband's on the other side. So it was so cool to hear him go, well, I started with, I'm going to run a mile a day, no matter what, for a year. And it's ended up, he's like, I'm on 1,000 days. Isn't that cool? So I want you to get specific. What do you actually want? Do you want to lose 50 pounds? Do you want to lift more weight? Do you want to be able to run a marathon? Like, my husband has a set goal for his health, and he and a whole bunch of his friends are going to be running and doing a 15K? Obstacle mud run on July 8th. One of those days. He already has the set of how far he has to run. He knows what it's going to look like. He's getting specific about running. So prior to getting a little bit sickness that he's feeling healthy and strong, he actually, Yeah. My husband just did a 72-hour reboot, 72-hour fast. All he used was ketones in our broth and electrolytes because he wasn't feeling great. He was battling some sickness for 2 weeks. And he's like, listen, I already know what I gotta be careful the words I use. I already know the what is going to reset your immune system. Is that what you said? He's like, I have to reboot. I have to do it. So he did it. Yes, last night was his first meal since Sunday. And are you feeling great?
Amazing.
Man, the power of food and letting your body rest, that's a whole different story. But what's cool is he knows what he has to do. So he's like, I have to get myself running up to a 5K from now until March. And then in March, he's going to have to seriously train to run at least 7 or 8 miles. Fair enough, right, babe? Anyways, what do you want? I need you to write it down. What do you want? And then we're going to go, okay, if you want to lose 50 pounds, the next thing is we want to know why you want it, what you actually want, and we need to set expectations. That's where the SMART goals come in. So you can't just go, I want to lose 50 pounds next year. So for another example, there was a man at the gym last night. I think he's newer. And he goes, I want to be able to skydive by next fall. And he's like, I said, I think I'm the only one that answered the question. I was like, hey, awesome. Do you know how much weight you have to lose to do that? And he answered, yeah, he knew.
Oh, you knew?
Mm-hmm. I think he's got to lose 75 pounds. And I said, you can totally do it. I have some friends that started in March of 2022, and she's down 80 pounds by November, 90 pounds by December. And he was like, all right. So he's newer to CrossFit, I think. I haven't seen him. And there's just a couple things that if he does it, his goal is to lose 75 to 80 pounds by October so he can go skydiving, right? So he's got a specific goal. He's got what he wants to accomplish by next October, 2023. Now all he has to do is put in the work and do the actions. So you need to know why you're doing what you're doing, what do you actually want to achieve, and let's put those into expectations of what you can actually do. If you're sitting on here and you're going, I want to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds, listen, and February comes around and you don't hit it, you cannot get mad because you didn't get here overnight. You didn't get where you are today in 30 days. You don't, and you will not achieve that goal in 30 days. It's like saying, I want to be debt free, and maybe you have a mortgage and some cars to pay off and expect it to happen by February. It's not going to happen. We live in an instant world, but your insta weight doesn't come off or your insta debt doesn't go away. You've got to create some healthy habits. And so being realistic, this is where the next step comes in, finding an accountability partner. Whether you message me, whether you talk to your spouse or somebody in your home or a parent or a best friend or a sister, somebody at the gym to go, hey, here are my goals. Here's what I want to accomplish. Will you hold me accountable? So when I'm asking somebody for accountability, I don't expect them to message me because that's a lot on them. It's your goal, but you are expected to message them. So when somebody comes to me, which a lot of people do, and they go, hey, will you help me with my food? Will you hold me accountable? I say, yes, you have to message me every day. If you don't, that's on you. Part of this is discipline, right? Part of this is going, I have a big enough why. I know what I want. I have expectations of from now until next October, I want to go skydiving, or I want to, by June, I want to feel really great in a bathing suit. I want to go on vacation with my family and not feel so insecure. So starting in January, which you can accomplish great things by June, right? I want to lose 30 pounds by June 1st. Can you do it? 100%. What do you want? Let's just say from now until the summertime, most of you women want to look a certain way. You can for sure do it. You have the expectations. Let's set out the goals. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I want you to tell somebody, not for them to go, excuse me, Sarah, I haven't seen you message me. Like when somebody asks me to be their accountability partner, I don't go seeking them out, but they will pop in my mind. And if I haven't heard from them in a while, I'm like, yeah, where are you at? Hey, I haven't heard from you. How are your goals going? I'm not going to seek you out every day, but if you pop into my mind or I'm like, man, she was doing so great for a couple weeks, where are you at? I'll message her. But I need you to use an accountability partner. It could be a coworker, anybody. Just go, here are my goals for this year. Here's what I want to accomplish. I'm going to check in with you every day or every couple of days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You don't even have to say anything to me. I just need you. It's like an extra level of, I'm going to do this. So find somebody you can tag that person below and go, I need you to be my accountability partner. Or do you want to do this with me? Let's do it together. All right. I want you to also have different steps of like, if your goal is fat loss, then we need to figure out what you're eating. So, number one, are you going to eat breakfast or intermittent fast? Listen, I'm not even talking about keto here. This page was started for really essentially keto recipes years ago. And then I've come to realize and learn over the last 7.5 years that keto, like the true ketogenic diet, is truly made for people who have medical issues. Somebody who's actually doing the ketogenic diet will stick to it because really it has to do with their livelihood of their life. But the average, I don't even want to say average, I don't like that word. Most people can do low carb, carb conscious. They can drop the sugar, drop some of the junk, drink more water, move their body. I'm going to say drink ketones because they're a tool I use every single day. There are some basic steps that you can do that if you have the awareness, for sure, low carb, carb conscious. I hate the word dirty keto. I hate the word lazy keto because I hate the word dirty and lazy. That just doesn't seem like it's very uplifting to me. So I'm going to say, if you have the awareness of low carb, hands down, you can do it. Because you're going to go, all right, my mornings look like this. I'm either going to eat breakfast or I'm going to intermittent fast. This year, we're going to really dive into the conversation of intermittent fasting. It's basically skipping breakfast. You want to know who created breakfast? The cereal company. And most people are so in a hurry in their mornings anyways that they grab their coffee, they grab their ketones, they grab their water, and out the door they go. Let's cut some of the sugar. Simple things like that. So ask yourself this question. What does my morning look like? How am I going to start it? Intermittent fasting, eating breakfast. If you're going to eat breakfast, let's talk about eggs, sausage, something simple. Throw it in the air fryer. You don't have to make this elaborate meal, but you don't have to overcomplicate it. An air fryer is so incredibly simple that you can throw some sausage in there and out the door you go. Simple, right? Drive past the donut store. You can make your own coffee at your house. Starbucks doesn't need you. I'm so sorry, but they don't. There's things that if you truly want to reach these goals, you're going to have to give up something that you might love for something that you might want more. Something that you want more. You love your sugary drink, I know. But I bet you're going to love looking and feeling a certain way by June even better. So then let's dive into the next meal. This is how I started. I started with drinking ketones because I had energy, I had focus, I had the clarity of mind. I felt incredible. Find a tool that gets you to do that in the mornings. If you're a coffee drinker, then guess what? Get the sugary junk out, put something better in it that's not going to have you crash in 30 minutes. So I drink ketones. If you've never tried them, they're incredible. I help people experience ketosis every single day. It is a tool. Puts you in ketosis, gives you the energy, focus, appetite control all day long. Post trial in the comments and we'll chat. Now, then I started with one meal at a time, one day at a time. So I was like, I'm going to do breakfast. I didn't intermittent fast for years. Then I dove into lunch. I need you to go, if I'm going to an office, am I going to pack my lunch? Am I going to stock the fridge so I have food on hand? Or am I going to go out to eat with all the coworkers? Which is fine. But as long as you have a plan, you'll be fine. When you go out to eat, you are in control of anything that you want to eat. So take the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad, pre-plan what you're going to order. You know what? If I go to this place, I'm only having a salad, dressing on the side, croutons off the salad. Don't mess up good for perfect, right? I love that, Denise. She's like, I love my mom fuel. Me too. Because I feel incredible. I start my day off, I feel great, and then I make the best choices possible. So I want you to just decide what your meals are going to look like. Breakfast, no breakfast. Lunch, pack my lunch. When am I going to pack my lunch? That means I have to get up earlier. That means I actually have to plan my meals on Saturday or Sunday. Part of this is planning, not just letting your day happen. So on Sundays, I like to go through the fridge, go through the freezer. What do we have for meals? Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We have 4 dogs, by the way, and 4 daughters, if you didn't know. Remember, they're doing school because they're homeschooled, and they don't realize that school is canceled. And 4 dogs. Anyways, just because they were barking. Here's the deal. I want you just to take some time one day a week and go, what am I going to do for lunches this week? What do our dinners look like? Crock pots will save you immensely, especially if you've got kids and activities and sports. So if you take a little bit of time, which will take a little bit of effort and some planning, eventually it will become a habit. That is going to get you to June in the bathing suit that you want to wear In October, jumping out of an airplane. It's going to get you to the spot where you want to feel better, look a certain way, just the confidence that it will bring you. Now, there's other things that I want you just to be in mind. Like, okay, if you're going to go to the gym, I want you to get specific. What days are you going to the gym and how often? Right? I want you to, when am I going to plan my meals? What am I eating for my meals? Am I going to the gym Monday through Friday? Simple things like, oh, water. Like people really forget, like you should be drinking water. Why? Because it will help you it'll help you feel incredible. Your body's made up of 70% of water. You should be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. So on my fitness, just so you know, on my board, in my fitness spot, I have specific goals. Walk 3 times a week. I'll probably do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I need to get more specific. I'm going to stretch 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. When am I going to do that? I've got to get the time down. CrossFit, Monday, 4 or 5 days a week. Usually, if we have doctor's appointments, I have a day or two. But for the most part, we make it work. Unassisted pull-up by June 1st. I know what I have to do. My CrossFit coach said I have to do 10, they're called like backwards pull-ups a day. And she's like, I think you can get it by March. But I gave myself till June, but I think I can get it by March. So this is specific goals. If you want to run a marathon, you don't just get to go run a marathon. If you want to lose weight, you don't just get to lose weight. You've got a plan. Is this making sense? Man, I have been chatting up a storm and I am sweating. So I want to really help you understand that your why is important. How you're going to do it is important. Like, are you going to hit the target or is it just going to stay in your mind? Because if it's just going to be in your mind and you've got it, then you're not going to hit the target. You're going to be way over here. And then we get to rehab this conversation in December of 2023. It's up to you. This is called writing things down, finding an accountability partner, getting specific, measurable, setting specific dates, and having a bigger why. Because when birthday parties come up or other people try to change your day. Other people try to go, oh, it's not a big deal. Just come out to eat with us. It's fine. As long as you go, okay, that's fine, but I don't need the fries. I'm going to have broccoli instead. Because your why is bigger than other people's distractions. Because let's face it. We live in a world full of sugar. We've got sugar at the dentist office. We've got sugar everywhere you go. But if you've got a big enough why and you're in those environments and you've already pre-planned what you're going to have for lunch, or in your head, you're like, I know what I'm going to choose if I go out to eat. I'm going to order water. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to order water instead of pop. I'm going to do this instead of that. Like my goal, my target is June 1st, and nobody's going to waver me. I can be adaptable in certain situations. I can choose better because I've already decided I'm going to do it. So simple things. Focus on what you're eating. Plan a little bit. Always have a shaker bottle with you. Water is super important. Move your body if you physically can. Even just walking is powerful. I'm going to dive more into intermittent fasting this next week. We've got some cool intermittent fasting kits that are coming out. So intermittent fasting is incredible. I'll get very specific on the benefits, after Christmas and diving into the new year. There's different fasts and things that we're going to be doing to kind of relaunch people's metabolism. There's things that you can do to just reset. But in general, those are the steps. They're to help you with the only focus and the target of your fitness goal. And if that's all you're focused on this year, that's up to you. I've decided to put different focuses on different spokes of my life, whether it's financial, relationship, spiritual, and my health. But if you're like, I have to get healthy so all of those other things fall into place, go for it. I'm here to help. You can always reach out. You can go to ketomomsecrets.com and you can click on book club. Here's a couple books that I wanted to share with you. I actually have 3 books that if you're like, I actually need a book to help me step by step with habits. So this book, I'm not going to go through this with you. I've already done it. ketomomsecrets.com, click on book club, and I've done this twice in the last year and a half. So Atomic Habits is an incredible book, very specific on steps. Number 2, the book is called The Miracle Morning. I think I loaned it to somebody. I actually can't find it in my house, which makes me sad. It's an incredible book. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. There's like 5 different versions. I just had the very basic one. I didn't have the one for entrepreneurs. I didn't have the one for, I don't even know what they have, but just The Miracle Morning is incredible to help you own your morning. And then this book I've recently been reading. We've gone through this book again on the Keto Mom page twice. So you can take a screenshot. It's just really basic steps to hit your goals. Basically what I told you, but if you want to have like a place to write things down, If you're a visual person like I am, I love to read, I love to highlight, I love to be able to go back and like remind myself of things. These are really great tools to help you as you're diving into this new year, new journey, creating healthy habits, going after your health and fitness, and any habit that you want to help create. So those are tools to help you. I'm here to help you. You can message me. I would encourage you to find an accountability partner, ask those around you, tag a friend below to join you. If you want to know more about my Mom Fuel, listen, hands down, I'll be talking more about this throughout this year, even more, because I've realized people need a tool to help them get to where they want to go. So this is a tool, right? Lives are a tool. You're understanding your mindset of how to like get your mindset in a right space. There's so many things just to help you, right? Like planning your meals and prepping and all those things. There's tools to help you stay on track. This is one of them. So I've been drinking them for 7.5 years. I don't need a nap. I'm not snacking all day long. It helps me intermittent fast. I was able to lose the last little bit of baby weight and gain incredible muscle because ketones do so much more than just fat loss. Well, that is an incredible benefit. You don't have to be keto. So understanding the power of ketosis, but not having to eat strict keto is incredible. Post trial in the comments and we can chat about what this looks like for you going into the next year. Otherwise, continue to tune into the page. I'm always here to help. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Getting ready for Christmas. Go do some last minute shopping. If you're in Minnesota, stay indoors because it's so cold. I will see you later. Have a great day, guys. Bye.